Hey, I thought I'd try something different today. So I'm in a park. See how long this lasts for. One, hay fever's playing up. Two, there's a few big grey clouds right over my head. But what I'm doing, I'm just going to look at new rele- new releases. What I might do a bit different this time because basically with Diamond basically messing everything up, um, I can't get my previews for image, so I have to look at that digitally. So I'm just going to look at like the new number ones coming out from uh, Marvel, Marvel and DC, but I'll also be looking at stuff that I'm picking up on my monthly list. You have an idea what I'll be buying, so just to change it up a bit. So let's have a look at DC. So the big one for DC. No, I'll just go for it. What I'm getting, and then I'll point out new number ones. So what I am getting, first of all, and it's a bit soggy because I had a drink in my bag and I didn't screw the top on properly. So there we go. So first up, Batman 161. Yeah, it's very nostalgic. Yeah, I'm buying it for that sake. Is it the best Batman story? No, far from it. Is it fun? Yeah. Am I getting a kick from it? Yeah. And then we have Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong. I've not read the first series, so I'll wait for this to come out in trade, and I will get the first one eventually because it just seems to be handling this a lot better than the Marvel one. Marvel just seems to be hanging on to the coattails of DC at the moment. And it sounds like I'm dissing them, but you'll be surprised because I'm getting a lot of, well, not a lot, but a lot for me of Marvel now, which you'll find out when we come to the Marvel look. By the way, this is looking new number ones and stuff I'll be buying in June from DC and Marvel. I'm all over the place. It's because I'm out in the park and I'm trying to not inhale any pollen. Stupid idea, this. But anyway, so yeah, so this looks really good. It's by the same team with Brian Buccellato and Christian Douce. Um, and it looks good. It looks really good. So yeah, it's big dumb fun. I am going to get that, like I said, collector's edition. And then I've stopped all, you'll know what I've stopped for. So I've stopped all the Superman titles. I'm just cutting down on stuff that I won't read again. So I'm going by rereadability. But there is a new number one coming out. If you're a fan of Wonder Woman and especially her daughter, there's a mini-series, 6 issues, Trinity, Daughter of Wonder Woman, by Tom King, art by Belen Ortega. That's the main cover. Some previews from the pages. And only $3.99. Good old DC. Not that I'm biased. Right, and now we're coming on to the section that I really am getting. So we've got Absolute Batman number 9 by Nick Dragotta, artwork written by Scott Snyder. So this is where Bane comes in. Bane. And then carrying on with the Absolute Universe, Absolute Superman number 8. This is just, I'm just enjoying the Absolute Universe really so much, apart from one title, which I'll come to in a minute. So Absolute Superman number 8, that's coming out as well. Both of these, but I'd say regular creative team of Rafa Sandoval and Jason Aaron, $4.99 for both of them. Then Absolute Wonder Woman by regular team of Kelly Thompson, Hayden Sherman. Love that cover, $4.99. Absolute Flash by Jeff Lemire and A.L. Kaplan on artwork. Again, really cool cover. Really did enjoy that first issue. And this one blew me away. Quite possibly one of the comics of the year. Absolute Martian Manhunter number 4 by Dennis Camp and Javier Rodriguez. $4.99. Really out there, really cool. Now, this is one that I've stopped. Absolute Green Lantern, and this is number 3. No. Oh boy, I did not like the first one, so I'm just not carrying on with it. I don't want to read some just in the hope that it might become good. The artwork's awful for an absolute title. It'd be good on something like a webtoon comic or something, but no, it just didn't work for me. And then another one that I'm getting is Detective Comics 1098 by Tom Taylor, but a different artist, but a good artist, one of my favourites actually. Not that because he's English or anything, but Lee Garbett is doing the artwork. So it's still, it's a new story. He teams up with the Penguins, so that should be fun. $4.99. I've stopped Justice League Unlimited again because I just found it too busy, and it's crossing over. That's one way I'm thinking about just stopping stuff is if it's got a crossover. But one Mark Waid comic I am definitely getting is New History of DCU, 48 pages, $5.99. It just looks so good. So yeah, can't wait to try that. And again, $5.99, but 48 pages, so that's okay. And knowing DC, that'll be like 2 or 3 pages of ads, and that'll be it. Then carrying on with Aquaman #6, which I'm really enjoying Aquaman, $3.99. Jeremy Adams, different art, Michael Shelford, not heard of them before, but I really do trust DC at the moment. And then one of my favourite comics of the year, New Gods. This is #7 by Ramvi, Evan Cagle. It doesn't say there's another artist doing like an intro bit. So there we go, $3.99. Like I said, I've stopped searching comics. So the next thing will be Green Arrow 25 by Chris Condon, artwork by Montos. This is so good. It's on par with Mike Groh's historic run. $3.99. This is issue 25. If this had been Marvel, they'd have put this up to $7.99 and made it a big anniversary issue. But yeah, just $3.99. And oh, it looks okay. Looks like it's got a speedy flashback, so quite intrigued. I've stopped the Green Lantern ones, what, because again, two series that you've got to follow. It's just not worth it. And most I just read it either digitally or get the collected editions now. I really am being strict now. I want to get more variety. That's why I'm getting a bit more Marvel. I don't want to just stick with one company or two companies and leave it at that. And there's so many options how you can read comics now that it's fine. There's a new #1, which I'm sure a lot of people get, written by Ryan North. He's made a big buzz for himself with Fantastic Four. Artwork by Mike Norton, who did that comic about a battle pug, wasn't it? And it's got covers by Dustin Nguyen and Jay Lee. It's $3.99 and it's Krypto, the last dog of Krypton. So, all you doggy lovers out there, that's one for you. I've stopped World's Finest, so there we go. Because again, it's doing the crossover with Justice League Unlimited. One of my favourite comics, just for out and out pure fun. Gives me the same buzz I used to get when I used to read the New Teen Titans back in the 80s. And sorry, I just wondered what my hair was doing. It's JSA #8, and this one's they're taking a pause. They're doing what Starman did, where they're doing a flashback to years ago, and this has got artwork by Gavin Goodry. I think it's either a 1-issue or 2-issue story arc. I love that cover, and again, just $3.99. Now, there's a new mini. A while ago, a few years ago, there was a Robin and Batman focusing on Dick Grayson. This one's Robin and Batman. This is Jason Todd. 40 pages, $4.99 by the same team of Jeff Lemire, and Dustin Nguyen. I've stopped Batman and Robin, but one I've not stopped is Batman and Robin Year 1 by Mark Waid and Chris Samney. Wonderful cover. Yeah, one of the best comics. I'm saying this about a lot of DC at the moment because they've just really got it at the moment. And another comic I'm really enjoying. And it's weird because I thought this would be shit because it came off the back of another series that was amazing by Javier Rodriguez. Was it Rodriguez or Fernandez? Whoever. It was the previous Black Label Satana one by him and I forgot the writer's name. Is it what's she called? She did Detective Comics. It'll come to me later. And she did the one about Stargirl's daughter, but I forgot her name. But this is Zatanna #5 by Jamal Campbell. This is such a beautiful comic. And again, only $3.99. Only 6 issues. Hopefully they make it into a regular soon. Another one that I am really enjoying is Batman Dark Patterns. So this is a 12-issue series by Dan Watters, Hayden Sherman, one of these on such a creative streak. And this is a new, so it's doing a series of, it's going to be just 12 issues, but there's going to be 4 stories, so 4 story arcs. And this is the 3rd story arc, and it's Case 3, The Old Gangs of Gotham, $4.99, that cover. And it says, when a dead body is found burnt to a crisp in the heart of one of Gotham's oldest neighborhoods, the Rookery, the Dark Knight detective finds himself enmeshed in a twisting murder mystery dating back to the early days of the Red Hood gang, so can't wait. Then, in celebration of Pride, don't know if this will still be on the docket with the Orange Turnip trying to suppress everything that goes against his right-wing agenda. And it's DC Pride 2025. They do such quality ones. I've never read them physically. I've read some of them digitally, but they really are a good mixed bag. And this is a square bound one shot, $9.99, 88 pages, various writers and artists. Yeah. And some variant covers. So from what I've heard, they always are a fun read. And another series I'm really enjoying is 6-issue 1 from Black Label by Ramvi and Anand RK, Resurrection Man, Quantum Karma. I recommend everybody pick this up. Bit of a slow burn first issue, but that's what Ramvi does. He writes like a novel, so that's like the intro, and then it builds and builds and builds. Very, very good. Then one series which has no right being so much fun is DC vs. Vampires, World War V number 10 by Matthew Rosenberg, art by Otto Schmidt. Yeah, can't wait. $4.99. Such a fun series. And then we're on to the facsimiles. So there's some facsimiles I'm interested in. There's Batman Ghost, The Legends of Dark Knight Halloween Special. 48 pages. This will be a prestige format, $6.99. So beautiful Tim Sale artwork. And another one, again, prestige format, $6.99, 48 pages, Batman Madness, again by Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale. Yeah, I'm buying those. I had them back in the day, but obviously with life I've lost loads of my old stuff. And then there's a really fun classic Batman one, Batman number 9 facsimile by Bill Finger and Bob Kane and Jerry Robinson. That one is 64 pages, $6.99. I'm not a huge Golden Age fan, but I understand the appeal from a historical perspective. And then there's Action Comics 775, 48 pages, $3.99. This is the really cool issue by Joe Kelly and Doug Mank. Really gorgeous artwork. And then the Classic Adventures Comics 210 by Otto Binder and Kurt Swan and Ramona Fraden. $3.99. And that's it. So just pause that and we'll look at Marvel in a second. Okay, so now we're on to Marvel. So the big one that's been promoted is Imperial, the new Hickman joint. But first of all, there's quite a few things to get through on here. There's Godzilla vs. Avengers number 1 one-shots by David Walker and Joyce Genti. I don't like how Marvel just do these series of one-shots. Just call them what it is. It's a mini-series. But $4.99, that's just a nitpick. It really bugs my OCD brain. So if you like that, like I said, it just feels like a cheap cash-in grab, trying to ride on coattails of DC's success with Godzilla. But one which will get a lot of people. I'm going to have a bit of a rant though. Oh, it's gone very sunny. And that's Imperial, issue 1 of 4 by Jonathan Hickman, Federico Vincentini, and Eban Carlo on artwork. So this is the Cosmic Hickman. This is the difference between Marvel and DC. So it's 48 pages. Okay, so expect $5.99? No, $6.99 because it's the old Hickman tax, what they slap on. So I'm not going to buy it. I'm going to trade wait. I'm not the biggest fan of Hickman. He's very hit and miss for me. I know it's controversial, a bit blasphemous, but that's some of the preview art. But yeah, I mean, I'll be intrigued enough to like some of us are getting collected edition. And again, I'm going to have another rant. Marvel Knights, World to Come. I really want to get this. It's 6 issues. Artwork and story by Quesada, and additional story, so dialogue will be by Christopher Priest. So, resurrecting the old Marvel Knights line, and this is set a bit in the future, so it's basically like Old Man Black Panther. And yeah, Quesada's great. I love Quesada. 40 pages, but it's $5.99. So, again, I'm going to trade wait. But it looks really gorgeous. It really does. I'm a big Quesada fan. He's up there with Jim Lee, where I will buy it, but I'll just wait for the trade. I don't get Marvel's so unoriginal. So now we've had Spider-Boy, now it's Spider-Girl. Torun Grumbuck, she's a fun person, she's a fun creator. And Andre Russo, never heard of, but 32 pages, $4.99 for this? No. No. I've got so much. Cashing in on the film. Thunderbolts with the little blinky blink thing at the side. So, artwork by Steven Segovia, not a big fan. Written by Sam Humphries, he's quite good. I don't know. I will look in the shop for this. I'm trying to be a bit more flexible with Marvel. I want them to get good again. I don't hate them, I just get frustrated with them. But it's 32 pages, $4.99, but that could be what Mob tends to do now, do a 32, list is 32 pages, but it means you have less ads for the first issue. And then the next issue could be $3.99. So I'll see. I'll shop wait for that and see what it looks like. Then another one of these weird one-shots, Giant Size Dark Phoenix Saga, where they slot in Miss Marvel. I like Miss Marvel, but I don't like what they're doing with her. Just give her own series. Don't try and cram her into everything. She doesn't need to be. Get G. Willow Wilson back on her and make it good again. Yeah. And the Age of Apocalypse one as well. Nah, but anyway, these are $4.99 for 48 pages. Marvel, the House of No Ideas, are going back to recycling old ideas, and now got Bring on the Bad Guys one shots, which is basically a new version of what they did years ago with the old Stan Lee collection of classic introductions to big Marvel villains. Just reprint that book instead. No interest. One shots, $4.99, 32 pages. Just reprint, do a facsimile of the original book. Makes much more sense. And Emma Frost, who's got a lot of fans, there's going to be a 5-issue miniseries, The White Queen, by Amy Chu. Never read anything by her, and Andrea DeVito on the artwork. Not the biggest fan of their artwork. 32 pages, $4.99, 5 issues. I'm sure he'll get the Gooners back in that. And again, one that I'm most likely trade wait for, but I am interested. See, I'm getting a bit more flexible. It's Death of the Silver Surfer. It's 5 issues. This is first issue, written by Greg Pak, who's normally quite dependable, especially when it comes to cosmic sci-fi stuff. Summit Kumar, did he do stuff with Ram V? I can't remember. So cover's great. I think I'm just trying to kill him off so they can get this female Silver Surfer what's in the Fantastic Four film. I hope that's not the case. I don't like how Marvel bends the knee to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Just keep it separate. DC does that and it's fine. Why can't they? Anyway, then again, this is tempting, but I don't. It's tied into the whole big One World Under Doom. If it wasn't, I'd most like to give it a try. It's Runaways, 5 issues, first issue, and it's written by Rainbow Rowell, art by Elena Casagrande. So Rainbow Rowell did a really good run of the Runaways originally. But I just don't like this whole tie-in. I'm bored of Doom. But I am getting Red Hulk number 5. It's tied in. You don't need to. I've not read any of the Doom events or other subsequent crossovers. You don't need it for this. This is an ongoing. It's just used as like the launch pad for this series. Really cool writing by Reg person. Jeff Short is doing really great artwork. So there we go. My first Marvel comic that I'm getting. So Fantastic Four wraps up with this issue, number 33. But I'm going to be getting Fantastic Four when it's going to get relaunched next month in July. Not next month, the month after this in July. The same writer of Rhinoff, but Humberto Ramos is coming on. What stopped me back enjoying this, I didn't like any of the artists that were on this. They felt very substandard. But Humberto Ramos, I'm a big fan of them, so I will give that a try when it comes out in July. Then cashing in on the game Marvel Rivals, there's a new one-shot Ignite, artwork by Peach Momoko, so if you like pretty pictures, it'd be worth picking up for that, but I have no interest in or knowledge of the game. I know, I'm old. And then we have Jeff the Landshot, first issue of 5 by Kelly Thompson, artwork by Taketora Koro. 32 pages, $4.99. He's become an unusual superstar, but there we go. Then there's a giant size Amazing Spider-Man, 64 pages, $7.99. Unnecessary. It's like they feel like they've just got to resurrect old titles just for the sake of it. All different writers and artists, different one-shot unnecessary stories. So yeah, I'll get it if it comes in pound bin. One I decided I'm going to try. It just looks too pretty. Spider-Man and Wolverine by Mark Guggenheim, who's a solid writer, but what's got me excited, Carl Andrews, who I've recently just got the Rain omnibus and for 2 volumes of Rain, and I love his artwork, and this is everything I want Tom McFarlane to look like. It's so good. Yeah, so Spider-Man Wolverine, issue 2, $4.99. I'm guessing that. It says $4.99 on here, but on League of Comic Geeks it says $3.99, so we'll just have to see, I guess. Doing a less exciting one-shot, doing Marvel United Pride Special. It's less exciting than DC one. The DC one, like I said, is a proper trade paperback. It's like a graphic novel. This one will just be a floppy comic, but the same price, $9.99. Yeah. Fantastic Four fanfare. 40 pages, $5.99. I'll trade weight because it does appeal to me. It's like the old Marvel fanfare line, so we'll see. Then there's an Ultimate mini-series called Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion, 5 issues, written by Dennis Camp, Cody Ziegler, artwork by Jonas Scharf. So Miles Morales gets in the middle of the Ultimate Universe, but I'm not buying it because it's 32 pages. Okay, so you expect if it's Ultimate, $4.99, $5.99, 32 pages. Why? They're making enough money off the Ultimate Universe anyway. With the Ultimate Universe, I am reading the Ultimates, but I'm just buying it in trade, so I don't get the regular ongoing series. And I will trade weight for Ultimate Wolverine as well. Another one that I'm going to trade weight for is Daredevil Cold Day in Hell. I just refuse to pay $6.99 for a comic that's about 30 pages of story and the rest is just backup. No. Ghost Rider vs. Galactus one-shot by J. Michael Straczynski, artwork by Juan Ferrara. So another one of those one-shots, $4.99. Venom, wasted opportunities by Al Ewing. I don't think Al Ewing's got it anymore, to be honest. I think he's lost his mojo. One series that I am guessing, and I've heard good things about the relaunch, is Amazing Spider-Man. So that's 5, and that's 6. So from issue 5, you have the wrap-up of the 5-issue story by Joe Kelly, Pepe Larraz. 6 is a new story by Joe Kelly, artwork by John Robinson Jr. I know he's got a lot of haters, but I like John Robinson Jr. still, so I have no problem. I'm doing this quicker now because I can feel my hay fever getting worse. So let's see. Some more facsimiles. One I'm tempted with, but I might get just the trade. I'm debating because it's $4.99 each for 3 issues, and I can get the trade for that price. It's Fantastic Four 49, so it's the Coming of Galactus. This is the second part of the story arc, and it's not going to be on newsprint like DC wants to, so that is a bit of a deterrent for me. If I want a facsimile, I want it to look like a proper facsimile. I'm not getting any Marvel X-Men titles. No. Some more one-shots, Avengers Academy Assemble and X-Men Demons and Death. These are the digital comics reprinted in physical format, and they charge a lot for them, $5.99. Helverina jumps off this boat with this one. I don't know if he'll jump back on, but issue 7's out by Benjamin Percy, who I think is the best Marvel writer at the moment. This one I'm definitely guessing, and it's The Thing by Tony Fleecs, who I'm loving on Feral, which everybody should buy, and artwork by Justin Mason. Not familiar with him, but great covers by Nick Bradshaw. Nice tribute to Bullseye on the cover. And I love Ben Grimm. Ben Grimm's one of my favourite Marvel characters, full stop. So I'll be guessing that, $3.99 for issue 2. One other comic I'm really enjoying is Deadpool Wolverine. So this is issue 6 by, again, Benjamin Percy. Different artist, Robert Girl. But I'm invested, so looking forward to that. $3.99. I wish I'd carried on with that Incredible Hulk, but I haven't. Issue 26 is out. Nick Klein is just so good, but can't get everything. I will eventually get the trade paperbacks. And then moving on to Star Wars, one that I'm not sure about yet. Star Wars Dr. Aphra has come out. I am enjoying the relaunch of the Star Wars titles, which is big news for me because I fell off the Star Wars ship about 5 years ago, 6 years ago. And I know she's written an Image comic, part of the Radiant Universe, so I don't know. Again, it's one that I'll look in the shop for first before deciding, but first issue's $4.99, then ongoing it'll be $3.99 after that. One I'm enjoying is Star Wars Legacy of Vader. Charles Seol, different artist now, Stefano Raphael, who's a good artist. Really enjoying this comic, $3.99. So yeah, do try this comic for all you emo Star Wars fans. And then Star Wars number 2 by Alex Segura, artwork by Phil Noto. So just knowing who the artist is has made me want to buy it. And I did like Alex Segura on Dick Tracy, which I sadly cannot get anymore because Mad Cave is not available in the UK, thanks to Diamond fucking everything up. And then another comic which is more fun than it has any right to be, Star Wars Jedi Knights issue 4 by Mark Guggenheim, Madabik Musabekov. Yeah, really fun comic, again, $3.99. And that's it, apart from a whole raft of trade paperbacks. So, as you can see, my Marvel output has actually increased exponentially. So I hope you enjoyed that. A bit different. I'm getting cold now. I'm going to go. My nose is running. So bye.